Hi everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Dami of T Exclusive Couture. Today in our tutorial, I'll be learning how to make this beautiful layered gown. It's a summer dress, so I'm going to be showing you step-by-step process on how you can cut and also sew it together. So the pink one in the middle is the one I made using the tutorial, so you can always trust the process. If you are joining us for the first time today, thank you for joining us, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime you have new tutorial. For our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. If you like to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. So thank you for joining us today, and let's get started. Alright, so for the making of the layered dress now, we are going to be drafting out the base on which we're going to be putting the layers on first. So we have the pattern paper here that I'm going to be using to draft the base. So you're going to measure the length of the dress to get the length of the fabric pattern paper you are going to be using. So on your shoulder line, you step down and measure your chest line and the bust line. So we only need the chest line, the bust line, and the length of the dress, the length you want the dress to be. So once you get that, now you go ahead and extend out the lines for the chest line and also the bust line like this. So on the shoulder line, you are going to be measuring your shoulder divided by 2, and you're going to measure same thing also on the chest line. You connect both lines together. On the shoulder line, you step down by 1 inch and connect it to 3 inches neck width for the shoulder slope. Okay, so whatever you have for the armhole, you divide it by 2, step down by 1, and I'm going in by 0.75. Now this pattern I'm using is for both the front and the back. They are both going to be the same as the base, so it's not going to be having any zip. So on the bust line, you measure your zip bust divided by 4. Then you had 1 inch is allowance since it is not a fitted dress. Bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch is allowance. Then connect it to the chest line as seen like this. So once you have this now, from the bust line, you are going to connect to the hem of the dress in a A-shaped form. So that it will flare out a little bit. So you just connect it in a A-shaped form. It is not a fitted dress. This is what the base is going to be looking like. So when we are cutting it on the fabric, we'll be cutting it on fold for both the front and the back. Next thing to do is to mark out the neckline. It has a tiny strap from the shoulder, so you're going to determine the depth of the neckline you are working with. So here I first mark 7.5 for the neckline. So this will be connecting it to the armhole area. So this neckline all depends on how low and how exposed you want it to be. So I later step down by 0.5 again. So that means I use 8 inches for my whole neckline, and I connected it to the armhole like this. So from the shoulder to that place marked on the armhole, you are going to measure it. That is going to be the length of the strap you are going to be adding later when we are sewing it. So once you have it like this, you can go ahead to cut out the pattern. This is what you have after cutting out. So the next one is to divide it into layers. So it depends on how many layers you want to have on the dress. So you're going to be measuring from the neckline to the hem of the dress. Then you divide it by the number of layers you have. So for mine now, I have 35 inches and I want the dress to have 4 layers. So I'll be dividing the 35 by 4. So I got like 8.75. So I'll be dividing this from the neckline. I will step down by 8.75 and mark it. I will extend it out as the first layers. So then from that point again, I will mark down another 8.75 to get the 4 tiers that we are going to be making for the dress. Whatever you have for your own measurements, you just divide it by the number of tiers you have. It can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5. The number, you just divide it by it and mark it out. Okay, so here I'm done marking out each of the tiers, so you just go ahead and label them in order to avoid mix up. So after labeling them now, the type of finishing I want to do, because of slash and spread method we are going to be using to cut our layers. So we are going to be separating each of these tiers, each of these layers into different portions. So we have 4 here. So I'm going to be cutting through all of them and separate them. Alright, so just pay close attention to it as we are proceeding. So I'm going to be separating each of the layers we have like this. So we are going to be having it in 4 places. Don't forget I'm working with 4 layers. So each of these layers we have now, we are going to be using it to cut the base on the fabric first. I'll be using these 2 fabrics. I'll be using the silk for the layers, and I'll be using the light crepe for the base. So the silk I have 4 yards, and for the base I have 1.5 yards. So I'll be starting up with the first layer. So I've placed my fabric on fold. So we are using the same pattern to cut both the front and the back. There's no need for any zipper allowance. So we're only going to be adding a side joining allowance. So you just pin it down to your fabric. So once you are done pinning now, it's going time to cut it. So we are going to be adding 1/2 inch on the neckline, on the armhole 1/2 inch, on the side 1/2 inch, and also on the edge to join it to the other layer. We'll be adding 1/2 inch around it. Then we'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'll also use the same thing to cut out the other pattern for the back. So in order for us not to have a longer video, so I'll just go ahead and cut out each of the layers on the fabric. So yeah, I've gone ahead to cut out the pattern for the base. So I have 1, 2, 3. So for the 4th layer, we are not going to cut in base for the 4th layer. The 4th layer is going to be joined to the hem of the 3rd layer, the 3rd base, because it's just the 4th one is just going to be the flare layer that we are going to be having. So I cut 2 for each of the layers, and I've gone ahead also to label them in order to avoid mix-up. So once you are done with this now, you can go ahead and remove your pattern paper, which you'll be using for the slash and spread to cut out the flare layers. So we are using slash and spread method for the cutting of the flare on top of this dress. So this is going to help us to work with the circumference of the neckline to avoid problem when we are going to be joining it. So this is the stripe I cut out for the shoulder. So for each of the layers now, we'll be doing slash and spread method to get the fullness we want. So starting with the first layer now, you are going to be marking out like this. So you can go ahead and measure your own. You can just mark out randomly like this. So you just mark it out. So you are cutting out these lines. So when cutting, you not cut through to the edge because we don't want to tamper with the neck area and the armhole area. We still want it to be the same thing since we don't want any excess on that part. So you just cut through all of the lines as seen like this. So this is then you are going to place it on your fabric to get the wideness of your choice. So when placing on the fabric, make sure that the fabric is on fold and the center front or the back is towards the folded parts of the fabric. So when you are cutting this flare now, it's going to be 3 or 4 inches longer than the base. You know, this is the base that we slash out, right? So you're going to be adding 3 or 4 inches depending on how long you want it to be, because you don't want the joining areas to be showing. So I made mine to be 3 inches longer. Then I'll go ahead and pin it on the fabric. So when you are spreading it, it all depends on how much fabric you want and how much fullness you have it. But it should be at least 2 or 2.5 inches in between each of the slash. So just pin them down as seen like this. Once you are done pinning now, then you go ahead and mark the 3 inches that I said we are adding to the length of it. So you mark it all around. You add 3 inches to the hem. So the armhole, you had 0.5 inch allowance. To the neck area, you had 0.5, and also to the side, we are going to be adding 0.5 inch allowance for the joining. So once you are good with this now, you go ahead and cut it out. If at this point you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we have new tutorial. So if this tutorial is helpful, don't forget to comment, like, and also share the tutorial. Thank you. So this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to cut both the front and the back for the first layers. So you just go ahead and remove the pin, then you can start the sewing process. So we'll be sewing it layers by layers in order not to cause confusion. So you're going to be placing the flare right side facing the right side on each other. I'll be stitching it together on the side. You know, on the side we added 0.5-inch allowance, so you put it 0.5-inch allowance on both sides for the flare. Then we are going to bring the first layer of the base also right side facing the right side. Then also you are going to be stitching it on the side by 0.5. Don't forget to stitch the strap also. Okay, so this is what we have after joining together on the side. So you're going to be placing right side facing the right side. We want to turn it on the neckline and also on the armhole part. So I've stitched the strap. The strap, I later changed the color of the strap because it was supposed to be the flare color. So the strap is 4.5 for each side. So I have 9 inches on each of the strap. So you're going to be placing the fabric on each other like this, the right side facing the right side. Then go ahead and pick each of the side like this to turn. So on the edge here, you are going to be fixing your the strap. Yeah, you're going to be fixing the strap on the edge before you turn it. So on the other side also you fix the strap. So the way I fixed it for the first one, it was supposed to be like in between of the fabric of the base and the flare. So you're going to correct it and fix it like this. So I just went ahead and correct this other one. So you're going to sew the neckline by 0.5-inch allowance. When you get to the other side also, you're going to put the strap in between the fabric and the base. Then you are going to stitch all around by 0.5-inch allowance. So after sewing, this is what the first layer is looking like. I've turned it, added the strap. So we just turn it to the wrong side, notch it, and give it a good press on the neck area. So, and also you notice that the base is shorter. This is exactly what we are trying to achieve. So we keep this one aside for the second layer. So this is the base of the second layer, and for the flare, I've gone ahead to cut the flare using the same method I used to cut the first one. So we're going to be joining the flare together on the side by 0.5-inch allowance. So right side facing the right side. Then you also do the same thing for the base. So this is what I have for the second layer. I've joined the base and also the flare. So you'll be turning the flare to the right side and just place it over the base as seen like this. So you make sure that the side joining aligns together. Then you'll be stitching it all around by 0.5-inch allowance. This is what it looks like after joining together. So I've done for the second layer, and also I did the same thing for the third layer. So I've also joined the third layer, the base and the flare. I've joined it together. So for the fourth layer now, I've gone ahead to also cut out the flare. Now when we are cutting the first, second and the third, we added 3 inches to the length. But for the fourth layer, since there's no joining again, you are only added 0.5-inch allowance, which I will be using to finish the hem. So if you are rolling your hem, you had more allowance. Okay, so to join the fourth layer now, you know the fourth layer did not have any base. So first we are going to have to turn it on the side. So we are going to be joining it together on the side by 0.5-inch allowance. After joining the fourth flare together like this, so you are going to be bringing the third layer now. So we join the third flare to the upper parts of the base. Then this fourth one will be joining it to the down parts of the base. So you just put it on it, right side facing the right side. Then you are going to be stitching it all round by 0.5-inch allowance added. This is what it looks like after joining the third and the fourth base together. You see the rough edge is concealed on the inside, so you just go ahead and weave it. So we have the third and the fourth here. So this is the second layer, and this here is the first layer. So now it's time to join all of the layers together. So you join the base of the second one to the edge of the third one like this. So you right side facing the right side, you join it round. Then you also do the same thing for the first one, the base of the first layer to the second layer, and turn it around. So this is what the finished look of the dress is looking like. I've gone ahead to join all of the tier levels together, so the rough edges are well concealed on the inside. So this is what it's going to look like. So you just go ahead and finish the edges by weaving it, and also the inside you weave the inside also. So thank you for joining us in our tutorial today. I hope you're able to learn something new. If today is your first time, don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified, and don't forget to comment, share the video, and also give the video a thumbs up. See you in the next class.